Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean, and please welcome Terry Suzuki from Kigaru Spiritual Journeys. Hi,
Hi,
Terry.
everybody. Hi, Jean. How are you doing
And
today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. And our dear Terry Lee is not going to be with us today. She is out in the mountains enjoying herself. She said it's probably one of the last times she'll get the opportunity to go out and enjoy the nature and before the snow falls. So, my goodness, more power to her. So, it is Terry Suzuki and myself. And we're going to be, as you can notice below, we'll be doing psychic, medium, mystery, and more. So it's pretty much up in the air, but if you throw in a little mystery in there, that's good too. I love to work my pendulum on those mysteries, right?
Yep.
So, Terry, do you have any psychic fairs coming up soon?
I do not. I decided since I'm getting ready to go somewhere that I would not go. There's one more fair I could do this month, and I decided not to. I decided to go as a customer
Oh,
instead
that's
of a
fun.
vendor. Yeah, because if you go as the vendor every time, you got to stay at your booth and you got to help people, and you don't get to go listen to somebody talk or talk about something important or go get a reading yourself. So I'm going to go as a regular person.
I think that's really important for all of us to do, and especially getting readings. Psychics need to
Mhm.
get readings, and not just need, but it's important to sort of experience both sides of it for sure. Um, Hi, Nancy. Hi, Dolores. Nice to see everybody. So, Jerry Suzuki and I are simulcasting. So, you guys will, I don't know if I want to put that little thing on the but maybe we will so that everybody can see who's in the chat. But thank you all for being here. And I do have a couple of questions already. Hi, Delphi. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. So let me just give you a little. So tomorrow, everybody, I had a show this morning with Gerald from Tarot Stash, and we did all mediumship. It was amazing. And it's tough to stay up there, in there, and connected, and different people, but we did. So we had a fun time. And tomorrow I have Mark the Spirit Whisperer is going to be on my channel
Mhm.
at 12:30 Eastern. And then following that, I have Daphne from Relax with Daphne is coming on um, with me at 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. And we're going to be doing mediumship because it's getting close to Halloween and the All Souls Day. And it just the veil, it thins around this time of year, they say, and it's easier, they say, to access our loved ones. And Daphne has been studying mediumship, and so she wanted to come
Mhm.
on and do some practice. She's an
Yeah.
amazing medium already, but she's been studying. So I'm really looking forward to that. So it's going to be a fun lineup tomorrow, and I have wonderful shows on Sunday and Tuesday and so on. So please do make sure that you are subscribed to both of our channels. And Terry's channel is Kigaru Spiritual Journeys, and my channel is Sun Psychic Jean. Make sure you're subscribed to both so that you know where we're going to be because you get the notifications.
Yeah.
And we really
And
appreciate you. Mhm.
and to Terry Lee's channel too.
And to Terry Lee's channel. And um, also, we all do private readings. So I am available. Um, Tomorrow, I have one availability in the evening if anybody is interested in a private reading. And you can check my schedule for the remainder of the week. I have plenty of openings. I have some new people coming in next week. I have Susan Gates. She's a travel astrologer and she does astrocartography. she's a hypnotist, she's a Reiki master, she does it all. She's an amazing individual, and she's just so kind, and I love her energy, and she is she's really interesting. So it's a treat to have her come on and tell us all about what she does, how she does it, and what somebody might expect from that type of a reading. So I have a lot coming up. And I want to say hello to T Lynn, BJP, and Craig Dixon is here. Hi, Craig. Nice to see you. Aw, I know, PJP. And Dolores. I know. I know. Dolores, I don't know if I saw you, but I read for somebody. I don't know if you're in my area, but I read for somebody. I think it was in the Frederick, Maryland area, and they had that same scenario. So let's go ahead and get started. What do you say there,
Oh,
Terry?
yeah, I'm ready.
Edward is here, and he says his landlord is selling his rental. Um, Edward offered to buy it. Will we come to a fair price? I think he has high expectation. Place needs work. Well, I don't know if you have estimates. Like, I don't know what you call them. What do they call that when somebody values your home? Isn't there like an
Assessment?
assessment? Yeah. Hmm.
Something, it's a different word than that, but there should be, they have to have somebody assess the actual value. Actually, there's two assessments: the assessments of what it's worth and the assessment of what the bank thinks it's worth. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you
Um,
might just
mm-hmm.
appraise. Yes, an appraisal. How two appraisals have to be done. So
Mm-hmm. And you know, I would make a list of the items that need to be upgraded and the cost associated with that. So that, if he says, I want 400,000, you can say, that sounds good. And then this will be this, and this will be this, and this will be this, and deduct that amount from the 400,000. And if it were in tip top shape, maybe it would be that. I think that you will. Let me just check with my pendulum. What do you say there, Terry?
I'm just going to talk a little bit and then I'll check in too. But I just wanted to tell you, Edred, that I had to sell my mom's house and I wasn't getting very many bites, even though it was a good time to buy a house back then. And somebody just put in an offer. It was kind of low, but then I kept that in my head, and I was where your landlord is. I was too high, but I came back down and then went back and asked him, "Oh, you know what? If you're still interested, I'm interested in your offer now." And he took it. So you never know. Okay, now I'm going to check in. What did you get, Jean?
Hmm. So Edward says we had a real estate agent do an evaluation, and I have a list of items to upgrade. That's excellent. That's all we can ask for you to do there, Edward. You're doing all your due diligence, all the work. And Sherry says definitely have an inspector come and check for bugs. Do all the checks. Yeah, even though you're living there and you want to buy it, make sure you check for everything. That's
Mm-hmm.
true. That's true. We had an offer on a house, and there was so much termite damage that it was just too much for us to. The lady had to remedy it before we could buy it, and it was too extensive for us to wait around for that to be done. So we had to let it go. But it was Terry. Do you have an
Yes, I
yeah?
do. I have a pendulum answer that says yes, you both will come to an agreement.
I think
Yeah.
he's going to pull on you and say, "Oh, that's not a good price. Those things don't need to be fixed." And then when he tries to sell it and he has somebody interested, and then the interested party will come in with a lowball offer. And the reason why the interested party with the lowball offer will come in with that is because of the same things that you said. And he'll be like, well, I guess I can't, like he won't, you'll say it to him and he'll be like, no, that's not true. That's not true. He'll go try and sell it, and then he'll get the same answer from somebody else, and he'll come back to you because just because of the relationship that you've had. But good luck to you,
Yeah.
Edward.
Well,
I think that's really a good thing to do.
I
All the
want
best to you.
I want to clarify a little bit of my pendulum answer. I asked, will they come to an agreement as to the the price of this? And it said yes. And then I realized they could come to an agreement that they both don't want to sell it, that one doesn't want to buy it and one doesn't want to sell it to them. And so I had to go back real quick while you were talking and ask, will they come to an agreement such that Edward will want to buy it and that a guy will sell it to him? And it still said yes. So
You're welcome, Edward. Thank you. All the best to you, and patience and persistence. That's what I say. Patience and persistence. So
yeah.
Sherry Luke is next, and she is here. And after Sherry Luke is Craig Dixon. After Craig Dixon is BJP. So Sherry Luke says, any messages from loved ones who've passed or your guides? They want you to, the first thing I heard is be kind to yourself. I get this. You have very high standards, Sherry, and I remember getting this for you once before. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I get that you have very high standards. You are hard on yourself, and they want you to be kind to yourself. You have, like, it's okay to be happy what you're doing. Like, it's okay not to want to strive or not to want to, make more or move or, get better. Like, it's okay to be content, happy, and where we are right now. And you're you are hard on yourself. It's almost like you compare, like you should be better, you should do more, you should yourself a lot. And so they just want you to be kind to yourself and give yourself some time. There is a breathing room, there is some consistency that needs to happen. And it's almost like they want you to persevere a little bit. And that sounds worse than what it is, but like, you don't have to react to everything that's in your vicinity. That includes family, that includes neighbors, that includes job. Like, you can just continue on where you are. And I do feel as though there's going to be a time, I'm looking at maybe June of next year, that things will change for you and you'll know it's your time to move. Like, there's just nothing wrong with holding steady for a little while. And usually I say, get on the horn, get moving, keep going. But they're saying to status quo for a little while. How about you, Miss Terry?
Well, it's very interesting. I've got her ancestors on my stage, a bunch of them, and nobody that I can particularly like call out by name, but a lot of them are there. One in particular has kind of decided to speak for the rest of them, and he looks like a cowboy kind of. So it's a long time ago because not like a now cowboy. He looks to me like he's I want to say he's probably has some Mexican influence here, like when the United States in the the Southwest used to be owned not by us, that maybe that old because his outfit is quite old. And what he's doing for me is that he is talking about a little bit about the taking it easy, but he doesn't want to put more pressure on you, but he wants to let you know that you are the hope of all the ancestors. You are the focus of them. You know, they are watching you. And he has stirred up the air into like this little cyclone, and it looks like little teeny leaves just swirling around like a little hurricane. So let me just go and ask him, what is it? Why the little hurricane? So, sir, why the little hurricane? What does that have to do with Sherry? Oh, he's saying you may think that life is coming at you like a hurricane. You may think that all these things are coming so fast and so everything, but we see it from this point of view and know that you are actually doing very, very well. You're handling life as it comes. It looks like to me he has you placed in the very center. Remember, the center of the hurricane is calm. You can see the sky. There's no wind blowing inside. You're just in the center. And it looks like what you're doing is shifting your power and moving things and doing things. So in a way, what he's showing me is that you are doing quite well. And right now you're kind of at rest. He wants you to know how much they love watching you handle things. It's not like people think. People think they judge us over there. They do not. They look at us with wonder and like, wow, did you see what she did? That was incredible. Or that was a good that she took a big chance there. Oh, she learned a big lesson there, you know, instead of, hey, she failed. um, they love us. And he's just showing me that you are the hopes and dreams of all of them right now. Okay, there we go.
Well, thank you, Terry. Thank you, Sherry. After Sherry is Craig Dixon. After Craig Dixon is BJP. Hi, Craig. So nice to see you. Hi, ladies. I'm getting ready to go to Grants, New Mexico for a car show. Will the trip go okay? It's a Model A event. Is Clara ready? Well, you know, there used to be a five and dime store called Grants around my way. And when you said you're going to Grants, man, that brought me all the way back to the 70s. And it was like, do you remember Woolworths? Does anybody have a Woolworths around them? That's what it was like. It was like a Grants and a Woolworths. But we got these big pair of shears, like the clothing, like sewing shears, and they had the word Grants on it. And that's one of the things that made us remember that store because it had the name of the store on the shears. That's how it was. It's amazing. Way back when. Oh, that just brought me back. But it's funny that it's the Model A event. Grants, New Mexico. I hope it's not too far if you're driving in the Model A.
Yeah, I think he has a working Model A, a show-worthy Model A.
Are you driving? Are you traveling in the Model A, Craig? Hi, Kim. Hi, Lady Faith. You're welcome, Sherry.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm gonna jump in while we're waiting for him to say. I'm gonna say, of course, Clara is ready. She's always ready for a trip. Small New Mexico town. Last time it rained, and it was windy, but we had fun. Oh, trailering the vehicles.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better, Craig. I'm so sorry. I was a little worried about you traveling in the Model A. I was going to say that's a rough ride. But if you're trailering it, it's fine. Um, I just had a picture of you driving, and I didn't see. It was about comfort, air conditioning and things like that. I do see a little bit of weather. It's not going to be, rainbows and lollipops the whole time. You may have to deal with a little bit of a rain shower. You may have to deal with a little bit of wind. You may have to deal um I don't see it being adverse, it's just par for the course, like you'll be traveling through. Um I don't see any I see you getting there and really being proud and happy that you're there. And it feels like you're guided on your way. I feel like Clara's going to keep you safe and guarded. And I don't know if you're going to be listening to music that Clara likes in the car on the way. Um, and you may see some signs of nostalgia along the way that'll make you think of her. Um, I think you'll really enjoy yourself while you're there. Be careful what you eat. You don't want to eat too rich. Just make sure you eat before you go instead of eating like at the place or whatever it is. Like, and then, I mean, you can eat whatever you want. I'm not telling you what to eat, but make sure you have something in your stomach before you go and have, because some of those places, it's like fried stuff and it doesn't make you feel good sometimes. But I think that you eat good there, Craig. Um, is it an overnight trip? Because I do see, doesn't have to be, but that's a long trip for one day. I think you'll really enjoy yourself. I think you might meet some people that were there last year. How about you, Terry? That's all I'm getting.
Yeah, well, I got very much the same, that there's just a tiny little blip of weather. But most of the time it seems like it's going to be good weather, a little cloudy though, but not, I'm seeing blue skies and white clouds. So maybe it won't be so hot. That would be nice. Um, but what I got really firmly is you are going there you're going to meet some important people, and you're going to reinforce old connections. That this is a good trip for that. That it's not a high pressure trip. That this is easy, and that it'll go well because it'll kind of reinforce your connections with friends and things like that. So the only other thing I got is it feels like it's only Clara going with you this time. So that's interesting, because I know a lot of times your mom likes to go too, but I think it's just Clara this time. I think your
Hmm.
mom wants to stay at your house, wants to stay on your property. Um, it feels like she has a kind of a very protective feeling right now. So I don't know, she's staying there.
And Craig says, as long as the food is unhealthy, he's happy. That's why he goes there, so he can eat junk food. Greasy cheeseburgers are good. It's for breast cancer. Okay, I
Okay.
see. Well, just mind the gap there. Mom went last time with us to Denver.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Craig. I really wanted to tune into that for you and see what I could find. Thank you very much. And BJP is next. After BJ is Dolores and Nancy Ray. So BJ said, I'd like to know if happiness is coming my way. She's been depressed and sad for a little while. Would like to hear a bit of this latter of the year How's it going to go? If you have time, thank you. So, what I'm picking up for you, BJ, is that I feel like you may be highly sensitive. It's called HSP, highly sensitive person, HSP. And what that does is um, that we're easily um, affected by the energies around us and by energies that are sort of in within our awareness. And what I would suggest for you is to practice with boundaries and practice with building your own energy, like your chakra balancing and building your own core energy. You want to go pretty much right where this medallion is that I'm wearing, and you want to go right here, and you want to imagine yourself going into an energy center that is right here in your heart. And I want you to imagine that there is this big, bright, like a blue and white light that is surrounding this area right here. And then you want to expand this blue and white light so that it fills your body head to toe. And then I want you to expand that blue and white light one more time so that it is in your auric field about, 18 inches to 20, 18 to 24 inches around your body. And I want you to hold that there. And then I want you to fill that blue white light with anything that makes you happy, with sunflowers, puppies, rainbows, candy, whatever it is that fills you up and makes you feel joy. I want you to fill that whole entire blue white light with all of those things that make you happy. And I want you to focus on those things and feel that joy. Feel that joy and almost like be laughing about it. I want you to also write yourself a little letter about the things that you filled in your circle of joy and your circle of light. And this is your boundary that I want you to think of. This is going to be with you and accessible at any point in time. When you start feeling this overwhelm and this sadness, I want you to say, bring in my light of joy, my boundary of joy, and imagine that light. If you want to imagine it growing again, you can. You could just imagine it around you and imagine all of those wonderful, beautiful things: babbling brooks, hiking on mountains, being at the beach, whatever it is that makes you happy. Uh, Make sure you fill it with that. And it's about energy for you, BJP, and you're very sensitive to energy, but it can work for you because you can change that with your intention. And it can work against you because if you just allow whatever is out there to come through, it will affect you that way. So it's good and it's not so good. It can be a blessing and a curse. I'm very sensitive. I'm a highly sensitive person. I need to have boundaries and I need to have my own bubble. And I need to know that that other energy is not mine. It's not mine to carry and to hold on to. And the other thing they're telling me is that you don't have to believe every thought that you think because your ego sometimes tells you things that are not in your highest good. They ask you to change your speech around the way you talk to yourself and make sure you talk to yourself in a loving and supportive way. And there's a lot more where that came from, but you are an HSP, which a lot of us are, and that may be why you're here too. How about you, Terry?
Well, I cannot do too much better than what you've just said. That all of that is very true. They had a little bit of practical advice from my end. So they talked about that one of the ways out of to help you get out of this depression is just taking one step forward. Maybe start small with just one thing each day that you do that either brings you joy, just as Jean said, or takes you just a little out of your comfort zone, just a little bit out because you're making strides. I would even hazard to say, since you are very sensitive, that maybe you want to take a meditation class or something like that because you will also meet other people there. And, we have a great community here in the chat, and it's easy to meet people that way. And so taking a class is a really good way to do that. And the final piece of advice that they gave me is they just suddenly, I don't know why, they just made me reach over to my little pile of crystals and to grab this piece of argonite. And they said that it would be good for you to get some argonite because argonite kind of takes energy in and transmutes it back to you. And so I think you can get it at a metaphysical fair or even a little gem shop somewhere. They can be very expensive. They can be this not very expensive at all. And they're just nice to have around. The last, what did you say? You said one more thing. Oh my goodness, shoot. They said one more thing and it just left. So get the argonite, do some classes.
Well,
Shoot.
that's okay. She says, that's sweet. I've been trying to do that, and thank you for explaining.
Yes.
It's good to know that it's not just you and that you're picking up energies all around you for sure.
Right. I don't want to, I am kind of hyping her classes, but Jean does a wonderful chakra balancing class. And you can learn how to use your pendulum to balance your own chakras and stuff. And they just want you to just make some moves to get out of this. Yeah, just little
Mhm.
bits.
And it's okay to take care of yourself too, BJP.
Hmm.
And see, Kim Princess says, I'm a highly sensitive person too.
Yeah.
And we're coming, it's the new frequency of humanity for sure.
Mm-hmm. And while it may seem like that is sometimes a hindrance because you're feeling other people's emotions all the time or you're reacting to things, it's the way of the future to be able to understand the information coming to you and being able to put it out there to others to help others. So you're
Hmm.
actually blessed.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Um, and next is Dolores. And Dolores, if you're still here, will you say hello? And Nancy Ray. After Dolores is Nancy Ray. I usually don't pop them up, but I think she's here. For medium, for all readings, we need you to be here. So I just want to make sure that Dolores is still here.
Yeah.
Nancy Ray is.
Yay, Nancy Ray.
Dolores.
Yep, she's here. She says
All
hello.
right. Hello, ladies. My dad was murdered in 1964. He was not in our lives. I would like to know if it is us. Am I reading that right? He was not.
I read that part and did not quite know what it means. So Dolores, since you're here, you said you're here, would you please tell us so he was not in your lives? I would like to, what would you like to know?
He
If he
visits us. Oh, you were probably using yeah. He
okay.
visits yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go with what's your dad's first name? So Dolores's dad. he's saying that he's saying try not to. Yeah. He doesn't want you to remember him by how he died, but who he was before he died. Jose. Okay. All right. Jose, are you visiting? He says, "Of course I am visiting you and your siblings and your mom." He says, "How could I not?" He says, "Definitely. I mean, look how fast this is swinging, for sure." So, do you visit Dolores in her dreams? Not right now, but he can. And do you visit Dolores's children? He visits your kids. Do you visit Dolores's mom? I don't know if your mom's on the other side. I kind of feel like she might be.
Oh,
Is Dolores's mom on the other side? Yeah, I do think of him. Would that would that be when he? Yeah, I think that. Um, oh, thank you so much, Craig. That was really sweet of you. Um, Yeah, she's there on the other side too. Um, and I think your dad definitely met her and they're together for sure, saying yes. But Jose, are you with the siblings? Are you with Dolores's siblings? Do you visit Dolores's siblings? He's saying he does, but they don't they're I don't know if they're not as open to it or if they just want to. Some people believe that, you should just let them rest in peace and not bother. But Dolores, I know that that he's around, and he respects everybody's free will. So if you invite him in, and I think that when you think of him, does that mean that he's around? And I do feel that sometimes when they pop into our minds and we're doing something else, they are thinking of us and connecting to us. But similarly, when you're looking at your dad's photo and you're saying, "Dad, I wonder what life would be like if you were here," and he can hear you, and it's like it dawns on him. It pops in his mind. So it's like sending him a text when we think about them. Like they know that energy, the just the idea of us thinking about them makes the energy reach out to them and then notify them that we're thinking about them. Hmm. Yeah, your siblings are not as open.
right.
And he and her mom is on the other side. Yeah. Hmm. Uh, I do think of him. Yeah. And what do you say there, Miss Terry?
Well, I got that. Yes, indeed. He has visited you many, many times, even when you were younger. Because it seems to me he probably died when you were pretty young. Um, that he has always been there. Um, it feels like he feels to me like he has a lot of responsibility. That he believes in that he was if that he wasn't on this side, he is now over there as a very responsible person. And so he feels like it's a responsibility to try to get messages to you, to be there as a kind of support system. And he visited you much more when you were younger, but now not as much. But he does he is easily accessed by just thinking about him or just using his name even. He's just right there. So it's very, very easy to access him. And he is, let me find out a little bit. What do you say, Jose, about her life, about Dolores's life? He says, "You're a feisty one. You're a feisty one." And he likes that about you. That you're kind of up for the challenge. You're up for good challenges. He says you don't take life laying down, and he likes that. and he just sends his love. He enjoys being. If you want to talk to him, I always they often tell me, like, if you're taking a long drive, imagine them sitting in the car seat by you and just talk to them. They can hear everything we say to them, or drink a cup of coffee with them, or something like that in the morning, or just sit down and imagine him there, and just have your breakfast with him, and he'll be there. So that's what I got.
That's great advice. So, and the other thing that was coming to mind is just say, Dad, send me a message or send me a sign that I'll know it's from you today. Or you can say, Dad, make me laugh, send me something funny that will make me laugh today. Or Dad, send me a feather, or, or whatever it is. But ask him to invite him in, and he'll know that you're open to receiving, sort of messages from him.
Yes.
Yeah. You're welcome, Dolores. Oh my gosh. For sure. Especially because you missed out on that energy while you were growing up. He
Yeah.
definitely will be there for you. Hmm. So you doing okay there, Miss Terry?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
Yes.
So
Sorry, I
next,
was trying to look at the chat just a little bit here.
I know everybody's chatting, chatting, chatting. Thank you all for being here. So Nancy Ray is next. After Nancy Ray is Crystal, 1983. So Nancy Ray says, may I have a spirit message on what to focus on now? I I heard sending out love. Sending out love, compassion, peace on earth, peace for the world. And it does not take from us when we do this. It thanks, Leona. Um, when we send out peace and compassion, it comes through us. So we feel the peace, we feel the compassion when we send this out into the world. It has to come through us. It doesn't bypass us from one place to another. It comes in through us, through our intention, out our heart, and to the world and the peace wherever you would like to send it. But this is something, you are a light worker, Nancy. You have the ability to pick up and feel the harmony with the earth. And I feel like you're also a grid worker. So you have the ability to pick up energy and to send energy. And this is a good way for you to practice this. And it'll also benefit you while you're doing that. How about you, Terry?
Well, Nancy, they are putting something right into my head right away. It's actually a book I'm reading right now. It's The Secret of the Soul. And what it is out of body experiences. And in that book, they teach you how to actually have them yourself. And I've had them, but in particular in this book, the reason I think they're suggesting this book for you is there's a way to have out of body experiences where you actually call in universal light, universal healing, and you use it to heal. So you're so it's like an out of body experience, but you're just going to the out of body experiences to grab that universal energy. You take it back to your body, and then you send it out the way you want to send it out. And that's the part that is really standing out for me. That I think that you probably can do this out of body stuff by doing it, but I think it's the healing. I think that's the healing, the way they're kind of going, or what I see. So thank you for
Hmm.
the
I
question.
agree. That was really a great suggestion, Terry. I love that. And You know, you never know what tips and tricks, and not tricks, but tips and techniques that we can pick up from reading a book. And when it resonates with you, and if you're drawn to it, that is where you're meant to be. Just because I say that you can feel the vibration and frequency around you, pick that up and use it and send it out, doesn't mean that that's something that resonates with you. Just because it's something that's possible in your life, you may want to do something else. I don't know, but this is what I feel for you. You're able to bring in that energy source. And like Terry said, you can learn how to do out of body, which that will open up a whole nother world for you. And also send it back out and heal the world. But I see you doing that for Earth too. It's very much about Earth's vibration, Earth's harmony. And I believe that maybe some of this energy also comes from the Earth and the frequency and vibration around you.
I
Oh,
love
good. Hmm.
I love what Play Love Remember said. Do you hug trees too?
Aww.
I have taken to going out in my backyard because I have lots of cedar trees. In the Northwest, we have cedar trees everywhere. But cedar trees' roots try to come to the surface. And somebody had suggested to do grounding by putting part of my foot on the earth and part of my foot on the tree root, and then trying to feel the energy of the tree. So I'm trying that right now.
Cool. Really, really cool. Nancy says, thank you. I had many out of body experiences in the past. Would love to learn how to do it with healing.
Cool.
Hmm.
Is
Well,
it
there you go,
fascinating?
Miss Nancy Ray. I did. I put something on my post. It wasn't for members only, it was for everybody. And it was a link to a Instagram, but this woman talks to nature. She talks to grass, she talks to rocks, she talks to trees. And the tree, she taught you how to greet a tree. And you'll have to scroll down, but and if you have Instagram, when you click on it, you'll see it. But she's phenomenal. She's amazing, and I love her. I want to maybe try and have her on, but she's very inspiring to me. So if you want to check that out, about meeting the tree, greeting the tree, making yourself as big as the tree, and communicating at that point, it was really phenomenal. It's very natural and organic too. I
Wow.
loved it. Thank you, Miss Nancy Ray. I appreciate. She said the earth energy and nature are a big part of my life. I was raised in the forest surrounded by trees. Wow. That's why I was feeling that, Nancy. And Sherry Luke said trees have negative ions, which is good for us to connect to for
Wow.
for my contact. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Trance meditation in the forest. She loves it. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Nancy. That was really exciting. I love that. So next we have Crystal 1983. Did Crystal say she was here? And then after Crystal is High Vibin. High Vibin, if you're still here, just say hello. Crystal 1983. I do ask you guys to say hello, but I don't remember if I saw it. I don't think I saw. Let me just take it down because I don't think I saw Crystal 1983 or High Vibin. If you guys are still here, say hello. You're welcome, Nancy Ray. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your energy.
Yeah, I haven't seen High Vibin or per. I didn't see that.
They may just be listening. Sometimes they put it on their TV and watch instead of using their phone.
So moderators, if you see them, let them know that
Oh,
if
High Vibin is here.
Yay.
Oh, Craig Dixon said his maple tree is named Morella. Aw.
Oh, that's so
Okay.
sweet.
It is. And you know what, Crystal 1983, I had an answer for you because I heard it as soon as I read it. But so Crystal 1983, if you're still here, say hello. Hi Vibin, it says she's here. And after Hi Vibin is T Lynn. All right. She says, I've been missing for a few months. I had a semic, I don't know, a semic stroke
Ischemic.
and I've been recovering. I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you have a message from my spirit guides of hope and encouragement? I'm so sorry to hear you've been ill. Hi, Vibin. As soon as I'm tuning in and they said it's in your highest good. It's almost like find the silver lining, find the reason, find the good that came out of it. Did you slow down? Did you start paying attention to yourself? Did other people start treating you properly and not just taking and expecting, like dumping their laundry on you and saying, mom, do my laundry, whatever it was that came from this, it was in your highest good. And they want you to search for the highest or for the silver lining in this. It's not something that happened to you, it's something that happened for you. And I know that you understand these concepts, but it's hard uh to understand it while we're going through it. How about you, Terry? You getting
I
anything?
I got trust in all capital letters, just like trust. They showed me that they have you kind of wrapped up in these beautiful light blue blankets. It looks like it's light blue linen on the outside and kind of that fur on the inside, kind of a beigey fur, and you look very comfy. You look very warm and all wrapped up and taken care of, very taken care of. And they're letting me know that you are going to be able to hear your guides more because you've had this tiny little slowdown in your life. And they want you to trust with big old capital TRUST, because they really, this is just the beginning. This is not this is the way it's going to be forever. No, you're going to recover from this. You're going to go on. You're going to be able to really tap in even deeper because you've had this tiny little time to listen carefully. And the other thing they want me to remind you of is that they want you to really mind your doctors. Um, because of the ischemic stroke, your brain might be acting a little bit different right now. And it may be sometimes puzzling to you because you're also going to be getting information from your teams, your spiritual teams, and it may confuse you a little bit. And they just want you to go ahead and do what your doctors are telling you to do. Try to really do it. They do know what they're talking about. So yeah, please do that. And it will take time, but you'll be able to hear your team a little bit better and you'll be able to sort it out from what's going on with your brain and what's going on with your team.
Mm-hmm. Also ask for them to help healing. Ask them for a healing each night when you go to bed, and trust that it's occurring. All the best to you, High Vibe, and thank you for coming by and asking your question. We loved seeing you here. Okay, so T Lynn is next, and T Lynn has a doozy for us. And T
Okay.
Lynn, you didn't know this, but Terry and I were. Oh, let me just get her feedback. She said, "OMG, my life changed dramatically. I slowed down, and I'm starting to slowly hear them again. Thank you for the medical advice. You're very welcome. You're very welcome."
Yeah.
Aw.
Remember, we're not doctors.
No. But I'm glad that you slowed down a little bit. And they said, look for the silver lining. Yeah.
Yeah.
So T Lynn, you didn't know this, but Terry and I were like bouncing around a couple of ideas of, what type of readings we might want to do. And I was going to do messages from the angelic realm, but we decided against that this time, maybe next time. So, and T Lynn says, recently had a vision of a royal blue being or blob. Thought it might be angelic, but told was told it was another interdimensional. Why would these versus angels or spirits be coming through to me? Well, why not, T. Lynn? I feel you're awakening, your awareness is growing, and I do feel as though it is closer to an angelic ray, because, well, but it could be an a energy being, but I think it's very close to an angel. It's not an angel per se, but it's an angelic vibration. How about that? Because I think it's like comes from the same dimension as the angelics do. So that's what I'm feeling. It's not like an angel itself, but it's a frequency and vibration that comes in um, through the angelic realm. I feel like it's a vibration and a frequency that presents as blue. And an energy being can do this too.
Yeah.
And both of them do have sentience to them, which is like a consciousness and an awareness. And it's just about your opening up. They just want you to know that they are there, and that you are aware. It's almost like when our frequency and vibration changes, our awareness opens up. And they're all around us anyway. They're all around us all the time, but we're just not aware of it. I think that it's your awareness that's opening up right now. So let me just get her response before you go there, Terry. She said, I asked my guide if it was angelic, but he didn't reply. He startled me, so we're working on it. Okay, what about you, Terry?
Well, what I got is this is a being of light. Um, we have lots of people, lots of different. I don't know how to say people, spirits or energies on our teams. We have angels, we have spirit guides. We also have beings of light. And I really like the beings of light. I work with them a lot. And you could kind of think of it like this: you have one relationship with your mother and father, but you have a different relationship with your aunts and uncles, and still a different relationship with your cousins. It's a little like that. They're a part of our spiritual team, so they share similar vibrations and things like that. But your interdimensional beings of light can show you other things too. They I find that they entertain my a lot of people don't know I was a social scientist before this. Uh, did grant writing, did lots of different things, but science was my jam. And a lot of times, new scientific information will come out, and I'll be thinking about it and trying to work it into the knowledge I have now, especially of the spiritual side. How does that work over here now that we have a little bit more? And it's always the beings of light that come and work with me on that. What I'll do is I'll start thinking about the thing, and then I'll have my eyes closed, usually doing it, and then I'll find myself just kind of floating and thinking about it, and then I'll recognize that this blob, this being of light, is right beside me, talking to me and explaining it, and we just drift and explain, and then in this particular thing, another planet came into view, and they said, "Hey, you want to go there?" And I said, "Yeah." So, because I'm easily distracted, and saw another life, a different life. But so the beings of light maybe just has something else to talk to you about. So, not exactly angelic, but not exactly not angelic. I mean, they have a big vibration too, but they have other things to show you as well. So go with it.
And whatever you find out, T. Lynn, is correct. I know that we can guide you, we can tell you what we think, but you are the one experiencing it, and your awareness is much more accurate. And it's something for you to consider. I'm not saying that anybody else may have said something is not, it's just, I was sharing with you what my energy was picking up, what my feeling was, doesn't mean it's 100%. It doesn't mean that's what it is. It means it's something for you to consider and feel it out and see if that feels resonates with you. And because they said that you ultimately know, and they're also saying that you asked your spirit guide and your spirit guide didn't respond, but they're saying we did respond. She's not listening. She didn't hear us. You were waiting for a outside message, but you heard something inside. Just that split second as you were asking, you heard something, but you thought, no, that's me. I'm waiting for them to say it. It came through you. So whatever it was that you heard or felt when you asked that question, that's your answer. And it's they don't reply like a human does. It's
Right.
instantaneously, like as we're asking. She said it's more interdimensional, lesser known, so a little frightening. Asked Archangel Michael to filter who or what comes through, so not to startle me. Yeah, absolutely. You have every right to ask that. Only pure love and light. That's right. That's
Mhm.
right. Just visiting. Use your own discernment. That is really important. Yeah, for sure. Yep, Tealin. Well, I'm very happy for you that you've had this experience. I'm very happy for you that you're opening to find out more about this experience. And I'm very happy that you came here and that you trusted us to give you our opinion on the matter. And was there anything else that you had there, Terry?
Yes. Just as I'm winding that up, suddenly, do you remember one of the people we were reading? I think BJP, who was a little depressed. And remember, there was a third thing they told me, and it just flew away. It came back just now because probably it's for T-Lin as well. And it's just a very tiny thing. I learned this from Jen Bushman. She used to be great pals with Susan Lynn online doing tarot and things like that in the old days. She's still online. But one of the things she does when she meditates or for the day or puts herself in a, when she wants to interact with spirits or she just wants to open up for the day and be prepared. One of the things that she says, she has a very long meditation. I won't go through all that, but she says, shields up, mirrors up. And the shields protect you, the mirrors reflect back whatever people are sending your way. So if you feel like something else is sending you depression, or if you feel like this, these things might not be good, although I think they are, the mirror will reflect back to them what they had intended for you. And if that is love, they're going to have love reflected back. So I think that's also for you. Shields up, mirrors up.
Beautiful. I love that, Terry. I love that. And T Lynn says, oh, wait, let me, she says, Guy tried speaking once and it startled me. I didn't feel threatened or afraid, just in awe. Yeah. And I,
Uh-huh.
I have been startled. I know what that feels like. It's because it's unexpected. Remember, Terry, I think I just about, like, my jaw was like, and you're like, and we couldn't, it takes a while to acclimate to it. And she said, looked like a big lava lamp blob, but saw no details or features. No, it's an energy. It's an
Yeah,
energy.
yeah,
um but it's okay to be startled, and what it is that it was real for you. And um it my guides sometimes come in with like cartoons, or they'll show me like you know what a cherub looks like, one of those little baby angels that you put on a
uh,
piano or something, like those piano cherubs and stuff, or those little Italian things. Well, they showed me that, and I said, why are they showing me, like, almost look like oh gosh, who's the guy with the bow and arrow? The Cupid, a
Cupid.
Cupid,
Yeah,
like a baby angel with a Cupid. And I said, why are they showing me a cherub angel? And they said, because there is an angel race that's, or an angel sort of line that's called a cherubim. and that if you saw what a cherubim looked like, it would be overwhelming. They're 17 feet tall, and they're very bright and strong energy. It would be overwhelming. So they showed me a baby angel, and they do this to me over and over and over again. I'm like, why do I see a Lincoln log house? And it's like, because it's something bigger that my mind, or that I would have been too startled to see if I saw like the real thing. So you can ask them to send you something that is interpreting what you did see.
Mhm.
But it's okay. Um, you'll definitely acclimate to it, and you'll definitely want to connect with it again, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Terry Suzuki, for this psychic
Thank you.
triad on this wonderful Friday night. Is there anything that you wanted to share with the group here today?
Um, not too much really. I'm just going to be around next. I think it's next Sunday. I'm on with Allie Martin at 10 o'clock Pacific time with
Oh,
Speaking to Spirit, and that will be fun. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet. I just go there ready for anything. So
I know, I love it too. And Lynn, she just said first violet being vision, also had a large eye separate. And then she said she immediately thought of Seraphim herself. And that may be why I was guided to share that message with you.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's the energy too that it comes with. You'll be just fine, T Lynn. You're just opening up. You're just opening up. And yeah. So nice. And I'm very sorry there's like 15 more questions that we haven't gotten to. I'm really sorry that we couldn't get to everyone today, but we will be back. I'll be back tomorrow. And Terry will be back on Sunday with Allie Martin, and I will be back tomorrow with Mark the Spirit Whisperer at 12:30 Eastern, and then I'll be on with Daphne after that at 2:30. So we'll be back. We hope to see you again. Thank you all for coming. And thank you. Oh, okay, that was T. She said, T Lim, what an amazing experience. Yeah.
yeah,
And thank you, Terry. I really appreciate you being here and reading together. It's so much fun.
yeah. It is always fun. Thank you for hosting and doing all the driving today.
You're very welcome. Bye bye, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.